welcome to another episode of Focus On with myself, Fifi Peters. We are still here at the 16th U.S-Africa Business Summit taking place in Dallas, Texas. Some interesting facts about Dallas. It is home to the most Fortune 500 companies of any U.S. state, and therefore a conversation around entrepreneurship is quite suitable. In this episode, we'll be speaking to John Olajide. He is the founder and the CEO of Access, as well as the chair of the board of the Corporate Council of Africa, fleshing out the entrepreneurial opportunities for U.S. companies looking to expand into the continent and companies in Africa looking to do more business with America. As an entrepreneur then, what would you say, or how would you describe the ease of access into this market for African businesses who are wanting also to enjoy a slice of the pie?
Thank you very much. First of all, I want to underscore just how proud I am of my African heritage. I want to make sure there's a big underscore, that underline. I am proudly African.
Sure.
I was born and raised in Africa. I'm a product of the African continent, and I've been blessed to have been embraced by another community here as well. So I belong to both communities. Now, specifically about opportunities for entrepreneurs to find access to market, it's important to share that there's no easy market entry anywhere, really. So it's important that entrepreneurs identify the right products for the right markets. But I think one very important ingredient of entrepreneurship that most entrepreneurs don't think about early on as they build their organizations is, beyond just creating a product to want to make money and all of that, I encourage entrepreneurs to get involved early on in giving back to the communities that they're serving. And that gives you an easy opportunity to talk about the things that you're doing, share what you're doing, and then in a manner that's not threatening, that's not stressful, you can talk about that. And what you find is you start meeting people that are truly interested in what you're doing because you also have value that you're adding beyond just the products and services that you're trying to build to make more money. You're bringing a lot more value. So people are more interested in what you're doing, wanting to understand that. And when you're not in the room, that's the most important thing. When you're not in the room, you have people that are advocating for you and say, hey, go talk to Fifi, go talk to John. This is what he's doing, and he's a good person. At the end of the day, people want to do business with other people. And they want to do business with good people. So when people have a sense that that's a good person, that's a good organization, they're a good corporate citizen, they make things better, naturally, they want to give you more opportunities. And that's been our story at Access and all the other organizations that I lead.
No, for sure. Reputation is a currency, I am told, in any form of a transaction. But let's talk about Access. My understanding, it's a company that is involved in the healthcare space, healthcare technology specifically.
Right.
And we have been speaking about access to markets for African entrepreneurs who are looking for interests and new revenue lines out of the US, Texas. But let's also talk about the reverse in terms of US companies who are perhaps also looking to expand their wings outside of their own continent, their own region. The healthcare space in Africa is one that is described as having immense opportunity, just given the lack of access of many Africans to basic healthcare goods and services. Talk to us then about that, and perhaps, I suppose, the overall message about the opportunity as you see it and how best it can be exploited.
Excellent question, Fifi. First of all, let me start off by saying at Access, we believe the future of healthcare is in the home. The future of all of healthcare is in the home. And when I say that, people are puzzled by that. And I explain that hospitals, the type of healthcare delivery system that we know today, is a more recent phenomenon. For thousands of years prior, the way healthcare was delivered was that you had healthcare professionals going to people's homes to deliver healthcare. And in the past couple of centuries, as technology was developed where people needed to be close to that technology, then hospital beds were put around all the diagnostic equipment and all that. That's how this phenomenon of hospitals came about. Now, all that has come full circle with technology. The phone in your pocket is an incredible healthcare device. So you're carrying healthcare around with you. So now the technology is close to you. So for the African continent, there's an incredible opportunity, similar to how the African continent leapfrogged the need to have copper cables in the ground for telephony and to have telephone lines, and we leverage cell phone technology to leapfrog all that. Africa has an incredible opportunity to leverage technology to leapfrog another generation and make sure with connectivity, people can have access to healthcare where they are. So, and there aren't enough resources in the world, even in an advanced and wealthy country like America, to build shiny new hospitals in rural America or lots of different places. And if those resources existed, that's not the type of healthcare we should want. You want healthcare where leveraging technology, healthcare can come to you where you are, right? So for Africa, we have an incredible opportunity to leverage all the amazing technology today. We don't need to go build shiny new hospitals the way we've understood healthcare delivery. We can leverage technology to make sure we can give people access to basic healthcare services where they are. And of course, if there's a need for critical cases or critical interventions, there'll be facilities for that. But what I'm saying is, African youth have an incredible, they're very capable, very versatile on mobile devices, and being able to create new solutions on healthcare. There's this massive opportunity, again, to leapfrog and create new technology to increase access to healthcare in ways we had never quite thought about before.
Sure.
And we're doing some of that work. One of our companies in Nigeria is a technology company that creates technology to help support our clients globally. And the type of ingenuity that those engineers display, because they're constrained to build technology for small devices and all that, what they're able to do, our engineers in other parts of the world do not know how to do because they're constrained. And those services are being delivered globally. And our clients are thinking, how in the world was someone able to do this? But that engineering came from Africa, came from the African continent. So I think that just supports this point that I'm making, the incredible opportunities that exist. And, you know, as just from a good corporate citizenship perspective, as Access and other companies that I operate, we're making sure we're investing in young entrepreneurs to help them with know-how, in some cases support with investments. And as we identify winners there, we can even support them with market access all over the world.
Sure, healthcare to the home, incredibly convenient. And of course, what we did see is an acceleration of that. Particularly during COVID, when many of us couldn't go to our practitioners, our GP, just as a result of the conditions
and then
then.
Telemedicine.
And telemedicine and all of that. And it is good to see that the world and the industry is embracing some of the innovations that have come from that time. With that said, though, there's still a need for a greater investments in digital infrastructure, notwithstanding the fact that, as you said, in fact, the statistic goes that a lot more Africans have got cell phones than bank accounts, just talking to that connectivity opportunity, but a lot more still needs to be done. What then do you see, or how then do you gauge the appetite of foreign investors perhaps who are even here, investors such as yourself, sir, to invest further in the digital infrastructure space, to ramp up the level of connectivity, but also, in as much as the cell phone can tell me what I need and what I need to do, I do need the medicine also delivered to my home. So it's addressing the logistical challenge that also comes under the infrastructure umbrella. What appetite do you see in investing in that space? And in your view, perhaps how can further investments in the space be enticed?
Excellent. You know, the way I think about it, my experience has been Africa is an entrepreneur's dream. Africa is an entrepreneur's heaven because there's so many opportunities to solve problems at scale. They're not going to be easy, but the inherent challenges in those problems creates opportunity. Because then if you're able to solve them, you're able to create some natural moat around your business that you can sell it for lots of people. And this is not theoretical for me. This is what I am doing already. So I see tremendous opportunities in solving those problems. Now, I believe that business is a force for good. I believe business shouldn't be just about making money. I think you can do well and do good, and do good and do well. That's my guiding philosophy. That's what we think about in all our organizations. So as we do business, we're always playing for the long haul. We recognize that we can create value. There are lots of people on the African continent that are underserved from a technology perspective. That's opportunity for us. So we want to solve for that. And we know by solving for that, the harder it is, the better, because it means not everyone can do that. And that's value creation. If you can solve really complex problems for a lot of people, that's value in itself. So that's how I think about it as an entrepreneur. And we're doing this for the long haul.
Sure.
And I want to see, and I think for the whole world, it's important that Africa progresses. I believe that as Africa goes, so goes the rest of the world. You cannot have that disparity for a long time. It's the demographics is lots of young people, lots of resources there, lots of energy there. So something has to be done about keeping them engaged and making sure they're productive in contributing to the global economy. So all I see in Africa is opportunities. And so we're doing business in the hospitality space. There's so much more need for quality hospitality. We're doing business in the agricultural space. There's so much more need for that. I can't do it all. So I welcome other entrepreneurs. And I'll tell you, I'm having so much fun. And there's so much talent there. We're solving real problems. And the future is brighter. So I'm inviting other entrepreneurs to say, come here. There's a return on investment. You have to be patient, but there's a return on investment. And in addition to that, there's a dividend of doing good that comes from that. But if all you care about is just, hey, you make 6 or 7% and you're out, that's not the play. But if you're in it for the long haul, where the returns compound and you're creating serious value, I couldn't think of a better place to invest than the African continent. And candidly, maybe one regret that I have is that I hadn't done that a lot sooner. I'm here now and I'm investing very vigorously, and the quality of talent and just the quality of people have been amazing. And I'm grateful to partner with them, learn from them, grow with them, and do lots of really exciting things and build value. So our tagline for our holdings company on the African continent, the company is Cavista Holdings, is creating value and transforming lives. And I believe those are the types of entrepreneurs that are needed more in Africa, where you can create tremendous value and do a lot of good in the process. I am so excited about what we're doing and looking forward to what we're going to do over the coming years with lots of people. And I'm thrilled to be here to talk about all this amazing opportunities.
And that is how we conclude this episode of Focus On. Thanks so much for watching. As always, from myself, Fifi Peters, it's goodbye.